Wait 1 sec. You're live.
So
We're live.
I got a question here. Trevor Lawrence just went number 1. What in the world is he wearing? What is that?
Well, yeah, he doesn't have the money yet, so he's still.
Well, I mean, I need you younger folks to give me an answer. Like Chris,
He's got swag, Terance. He's got swag.
What? No, look at that.
Oh, he got some swag. Leave the man alone.
He's got his breast sport coat on with a white V-neck with some white shoes to match.
We don't do it how you all did it back in the 70s, Terry. It's okay.
Apparently not. You know, that's that was like.
I didn't realize he had that Peyton Manning style neck and head.
Well, you know, they're talking about Zach Wilson number 2. You guys like Zach Wilson over any of those other quarterbacks that are remaining?
You know, it's so hard to say right now. I think, you know, the best one just came off the board, and you can almost flip a coin between the next 3, because, you know, I keep hearing positives and negatives about Zach Wilson. You know, you hear positives, negatives about Mac Jones. You know, is Mac Jones going to go 3? Does Trey Lance have enough starts under his belt in college? It's like there's questions behind all of them. So,
yeah, the only thing, Tom, and you might be old enough to remember this. I don't know about the other guys. But I used to cover the Oakland Raiders, the real Oakland Raiders, back in the early 1980s. And in 1980, their first draft pick, I think it was like the number 5 pick of that draft, was a guy named Mark Wilson from BYU, and he was a bust. So whenever I think BYU quarterback and Wilson, I think bust. Whether it's Mark Wilson or Zach Wilson, to me they're the same guy.
Yeah, I remember that. Definitely remember that. Oh, the Bears did okay with the BYU quarterback, but he couldn't stay healthy. Jim McMahon.
Yeah. But the only thing was him. I mean, let's be honest. That was not an offensive team. I mean, their defense is the one that won the championships, right?
No, they were good on offense. They took advantage of the field position the defense gave them.
They did.
You know, they took advantage. You know, their defense set the tone. But they did a lot of good on offense, too. There was a lot of weapons on that team.
Well, that a guy named Walter Payton, right? Was that his name?
Walter Payton, Dennis McKinnon, Willie Gault.
Yep.
You know, a lot of good stuff on that team.
Good offensive line. But
Matsui, fullback.
Still the defense, though. And they just wanted the quarterback not to mess things up.
You know, McMahon didn't stay healthy. McMahon was a smart quarterback. He had a good arm on him. He just couldn't stay healthy.
So I was going to say, are we sold on Wilson going too?
I think so. I think it has to be, yeah.
Isn't the Jets owner a Mormon, if I'm not mistaken? I think he's
I don't know.
Not to say it. Over here. Woody Johnson.
Hey, look, we got comments, y'all. We got comments. I got to throw them on the screen here.
Okay.
We got Justin Ross steal the draft in any round. Pitt's hard to pass for the Falcons. All right, Irv G. And then we got Chaz here saying, rise up. We taking Parsons at 4.
Chaz, Parsons at 4.
Micah Parsons. Oh,
Yikes.
wow.
Really?
I hear you, Chaz. I know that's my guy, Falcon man.
I said, go defend your friends, man. Go defend your friends, William.
Hey, it's a loyal Falcon fan. I disagree with him on that. You know, me personally, I gotta go with what Terance said before. I want to flash. I want to bang. If Justin Fields is there at 4, I need them to take Justin Fields. If he's not there at 4, then I guess Kyle Pitts or Trey Lance. But anything other than those 3, I'm going to be sick on camera.
Gotta go for it, baby.
Gotta go for it.
Chad says defense wins championships.
Yeah, but again, you still got to move the ball. You got to take advantage of what the defense is giving you. If you can't move the football, it doesn't matter.
Jets and that was old. Okay.
Man, he said Matt Ryan got 3 to 4 more years. Well,
I don't know.
They're only going to pay him for 1 to 2 though.
Tom Brady is my metric now, man. That's my measuring stick.
Well, the thing is,
I think he can continue to play.
All I got to say is 28 to 3.
Terance, you're taking shots now. That hurts.
You're taking shots at folk, Terance. You go have everybody in here mad real quick. You got William put on the shades. He's like, hey, you gonna do that whole Men in Black thing, William? You gonna do the little memory flash thing? You gonna make all the Falcons fans forget it, huh?
Oh, hold on.
I didn't think you were allowed to mention that when you're doing Falcons commentary.
I don't think Terance has a way of getting with folk. Terance, Tom, do you see his signal lagging a little bit, Terrance's?
A little bit, yes.
Okay.
What?
Terance, your signal's lagging a little bit.
Zach Wilson, there he is. That's the man.
See, I hate a delay.
You had to run. Look, where's the star of the show, William?
He may come in a moment.
I'm sure you got to make an entrance.
Yeah, he'll come in after we pick. I'll make sure of it. All right. So honestly, this next, I think this next pick is astronomical. This really going to tell you what Atlanta can do.
Yep, this next pick is going to be big because San Francisco went down there to get a quarterback, but it's anybody's guess who it could be.
I'm telling you, oh man.
I've seen all three names. Oh. I've seen all three names going to the.
Terance said his internet was so. He's like, I got technical difficulties. You on mute? You are on mute, sir.
Yeah.
Now he's gone too.
Oh my God! I'm carrying the show.
I guess you.
No! You don't want that.
Hey, listen, Tom. Look, you can carry it. Your boy Dave said he'll be hopping in here shortly too. It seems like everybody. I don't know if people's got draft parties or what, but I feel like the show is going to get when this pick comes in.
Well, as I say, Frisco came up here to pick a quarterback. So who are they going to take? It's just a matter of. I've seen three names. I've seen Fields, Jones, and Trey Lance all connected to San Francisco. So, this is going to be a big pick. This is going to have a lot to do with how the Falcons can pick too. What's going to be available to them. Quick question. I heard talk this week that the Falcons are actually going to listen to phone calls concerning Julio Jones. Do you think that means that the Falcons are going more towards rebuild mode now?
Hold on. I'm sorry, Tom. Let me add Rashad to the screen because you got to ask this question. I got to see this man's reaction to this too. What's up, Rashad?
Good. What's up, y'all? What's up?
Tom, start your question again. I had to make sure Rashad was in to give his answer.
Okay. I heard this week Atlanta talking or Fontenot saying that they are not going to that they will listen to anybody who calls asking about Julio Jones. Do you think that means that the Falcons are in rebuild now mode, or are they still feeling like they can move forward and actually challenge again this season? Because my thing is, if you're going to trade Julio Jones, then why don't you start again with a quarterback now that you're at number 4? So do you think it means it's a sign that the Falcons are going to start over again?
I think the only reason why you would keep a Julio Jones would be kind of for more so the legacy thing. Kind of like even a Matt Ryan. If you keep Matt Ryan, it's kind of like a respect for everything you've done for this franchise and this organization. That's the greatest quarterback in franchise history. And same thing with Julio being the greatest wide receiver in franchise history. That'll be the reason why you keep those two guys. I think the window has closed, and I think Atlanta has kind of admitted that when they got rid of the GM and the coach. So right. I do think they're pretty much open to rebuilding.
Hey, Rashad.
Yeah, what's up?
You made a little mistake there. You said that Julio is the greatest wide receiver in Falcons history. I think it's 1A and 1B between Julio and Terance Mathis, right?
Right. Of course.
There you go.
Very close.
But then it would seem to me that you can expect the Falcons to take a quarterback here. And not necessarily go for Pitts, who would be more, somebody who's going to move the offense this season and going forward.
I have no clue where they're going. I don't think the Falcons even have a clue where they're going.
Now get this. You got Kyle Shanahan right now. Kyle Shanahan didn't exactly leave the Falcons on the greatest of terms, particularly from a fan standpoint. Do you think he might just go ahead and take Justin Fields to screw up the Falcons?
But that's what he did last year, didn't he? That's what he did last year. So when they got I forgot the linebacker's name, but they got the guy that the Falcons wanted, right? One pick before. So we'll see if they do it's looking like they made their pick. Watching it right now, but we'll see here in a few seconds.
Yeah. Last Saturday with Dave, I kept. Because everybody kept telling the 49ers, it seems like all the experts are telling the 49ers, well, you're going to take Trey Lance, you're going to take Mac Jones. I made the prediction that the 49ers are going to take Justin Fields. So I'm on record from last Saturday's show. This Justin Fields.
Tom, I got the recording. We'll have to look. If you're right, we're going to have a playback going. We're going to be like, I was right.
I'm with Terance here, though. Because if they don't take Fields, well, they're showing Fields' living room right now, so that's a bad sign. But if they don't take Fields here and the Falcons pass up on Justin Fields, it will be the worst move in franchise history. I'm counting it right now. Worst move in franchise history. The biggest mistake in the history of the Atlanta Falcons.
I agree with you. You're here and you got a chance at getting a top quarterback. Somebody's going to be your franchise quarterback. Once that Ryan is done, he's at the end of his career, and you can keep this franchise quarterback rolling.
The state of Georgia has a chance to right their wrongs tonight.
Yes, they do.
The state of Georgia has a chance to right their wrongs tonight. And if they get it wrong twice.
Now, you Atlanta guys, let's take it a step further. Now, Rashad said it would be the worst whatever you want to call it, in the history of the Falcons. What about in the history of Atlanta sports? Would that be the worst non-pick in the history of Atlanta sports if they don't pick Justin Fields at number 4?
Marvin Williams over Chris Paul. That's a tough. That's a tough one. Well, when I seen Chris Paul at age 80 years old turn OKC around from the worst team in the league to a playoff team, and now he's doing the same with the Phoenix Suns.
This one's huge.
It's kind of, and Marvin Williams has retired. He's left the building. Uh-oh. The pick is in. They're about to announce it.
Chaz.
Who did they just take?
Roger Goodell coming up.
He got all quiet. Everybody.
I was about to say, this is great airtime, by the way. Great airtime. Just,
Yeah, letting it go.
Oh, apparently it's Trey Lance.
What?
Trey Lance.
Ants.
Whoa.
So all the months we heard Mac Jones, and this Trey Lance.
Mac Jones.
Now here's a question. What happens if the Falcons pick Mac Jones?
No.
No,
The city-
no. No.
Down.
Whoa!
I feel like it's half and half. I feel like it's half and half, right? So if you take Kyle Pitts, half the people will be like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing," and the other half will be like, "What? We didn't need him. He's great, but we didn't need him." If they take Mac Jones, the city will burn down.
Oh,
I'm glad I'm not in Atlanta.
I second that.
Man.
General Sherman will have nothing on what happens tonight in that city, man.
Oh,
Trey Lance. That is
How far is you gonna have to walk?
that's crazy, right?
Yeah, you know, that's a
Crazy.
good question.
Is everyone vaccinated? That's the real question. The devil comes out, high-fiving the fans. All right, hold on.
Yeah,
What is
right.
going on? What has changed
Yeah.
from 2020 to 2021?
Who's it? They're walking from Akron to get to Cleveland to the stage? I mean, what is this? I hope they're both vaccinated. All this hugging going on.
Well,
There's so much money. There's so much money. Herb G says, "Yep, we pass Fields. I will lose it." Well, all of Atlanta's gonna lose it. Herb.
we're on the clock right now.
Don't mess
it.
this up twice. The Georgia Bulldogs made a mistake
right.
a couple of years ago.
Let's have predictions here. William, who are they going to pick?
You're on mute.
Oh, you can't hear me?
sorry.
No.
Oh man, I'm shaking like a leaf over here, Terance. I'm shaking like a sinner in church right now.
I'm
sweating, I'm nervous.
Who are they going to pick?
I don't know, Terance. I'm praying it's Justin Fields. It's got to be
Tom,
Justin
who are they
Fields.
going to pick?
I think it's Justin Fields.
Rashad,
Kyle Pitts.
Chris,
Kyle Pitts.
me, Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
There's only two of us.
I'm just saying.
I'm glad we didn't put money on this.
I'm just saying.
Woo.
Look, we gotta get
Now, there are a lot of Bears fans who insist that Justin Fields is going to be in Chicago by the end of this draft.
Right your wrongs. Right your wrongs.
So,
Right your wrongs.
and a lot of Chicago fans are saying that the Bears better be on the phone with Atlanta right now, but I don't see it. I can't see it. You know, I haven't been able to see it for the last couple of weeks that the Bears are going to get down there for any of these quarterbacks. So I still think it has to be Fields.
You know, you want to know a bad sign, folks? Look how long the Falcons are taking. I mean, they're like thinking this thing out.
So we
Look,
didn't
listen,
expect Fields to
you know what?
be here.
But you know what they're doing, Terance. Terance, you know what they're doing, right?
What's that?
They're watching our show.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
They're watching our show. They're watching. They're like, "Yo, what are they saying? What should we do, y'all?"
Hey, Chris. we
They're
can't
taking
see you,
those
though.
trade calls.
We don't see you. I hear you.
I know you can't see. Look, I'm the producer. That's like the producer. What is it? Aura. You know, you can't see the face. You
Yeah,
just
he's
know
behind the scenes. Right.
behind the scenes. You know, I'm normally not behind the scenes, but I mean, I'm normally behind the scenes. But this is fun. I was on starting with conversation. I said, you know, I'm gonna just stay on this webcast. Be incognito. You can know my voice.
What do you think, Zozo? What do you think they're going to pick? Huh? What do you think? She's like, I don't know. She doesn't have an idea.
I know, man. I can't wait till man Mathis is gonna make it's gonna be like an entrance. It's gonna be like we're gonna make an entrance on the show.
Yeah.
They on the phone, man. They calling everybody, calling their family.
Yeah.
The state of Georgia made a huge mistake. William done turned the camera off. The state of Georgia made a huge mistake a couple of years ago when they let this fella walk, become a Heisman candidate, almost won the Heisman.
I mean, they're taking it down to the wire, the Falcons. Maybe they're arguing back there.
I mean, I read a book. I forget what it was, but there was a record company that told the Beatles they would never be famous. Like one of the first people they auditioned to be on, they said they would never be famous. I was like, man, if I would hate to be that record, I would hate to be that record company. My goodness.
Side question now. Does this Trey Lance pick, does that affect, the 49ers getting pursuing Aaron Rodgers at all?
Swap.
They already have the kid from UCLA last year, the Love kid.
But apparently they're not happy. But it seems like.
Well, I don't think it does affect it. I think if they want Rodgers, they could still go out and get him.
The pick is in. The pick is in.
Pick
Pick is in. Woo! Let's
Oh,
go.
wow.
Let's go.
I feel the same way.
Let's go.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's gonna be wild.
You guys already know what's going to happen. If you know anything about Atlanta sports, Terance knows better than probably all of us on
I
here.
wouldn't be surprised if
You
they
know
draft-
that they're not going to take Justin Fields, right?
I wouldn't be surprised if they draft Terance Mathis and he goes live from the stage on the show tonight.
Oh,
In the state of Georgia.
oh. You know the Falcons are about to blow this. And we all know. Let's tear the wall down of the mystery. We all know the Falcons are going to blow this right now.
They're probably gonna have a
I don't care. Kyle Pitts can be the greatest thing since sliced bread. It does not matter. The Falcons' needs goes beyond
Just like Julio.
a great tight end, a great receiver.
I said Julio was the wrong move to 2011, and I was correct.
That's one Terance take I don't know if I can rock with.
We'll talk about that later, but let's see what happens here.
Let's see what happens here.
Oh, here it comes.
Let's see. All right.
I'm gonna need your best reactions. I'm gonna need people jumping up, going crazy. That's what I need.
All right. Oh, the suspense is killing me. That's Julio Jones in 50 years.
Kyle Pitts. Oh no.
Kyle Pitts.
No.
It is Kyle Pitts. All right.
Brutal.
Somebody get a live feed into Matt Ryan's house right now. I'm sure he's swinging in there.
Job security. I'm tenure. I got this.
God.
This is
There's a kid from Cobb County that it was about 20 minutes north of Atlanta. Probably about 20 minutes north of Atlanta.
When he's like tearing up the National Football League, they're gonna be looking like fools.
And there's also this kid that's also from Cobb County. Went to school in Marietta High School. He's coming out in a couple years. His name's Eric Gilbert. Highest recruit ever to come out of the state of Georgia. He plays this position called tight end. It's pretty good at LSU this year as a 18-year-old, 19-year-old freshman. He's coming out in 2 years. He's going to be another kid that they're going to call a generational tight end. Going to transcend the position. Exactly everything that they're saying about this Kyle Pitts guy.
Oh man,
You guys hear that sound?
It is what it is.
You guys hear that sound? You
What's
hear
the
that
sound?
It's Vince Lombardi.
Irv G said 30 years.
Out here? What the hell's going on?
I've got to go at this for the rest of the show. I'm just devastated. Just
Kyle Pitts.
Look, y'all saw all our viewers, man. They just disappeared.
They couldn't take it, man. They couldn't take it.
They couldn't take it.
My phone is blowing up, man.
man.
My phone is blowing up, man.
Oh, same with mine.
Oh my gosh! And guess who has said great pick, Terance? Mr. Jared Oliver said great pick.
Well, what can I say?
Hold on, we gotta get Tom back in here. Tom got cut out. Tom, you lost, man. What happened?
I lost my internet. Oh, my internet went out real quick.
Man, hijacked the signal.
Oh my goodness.
All my people are ripping this.
What
It's
have
crazy.
we done?
It's
What have
crazy.
we done,
If
ATL?
you have a franchise-changing kid from Atlanta, he wants to play for his hometown team, and you pass up on him. It wasn't. It was supposed to be from the time that he was 18. It was 1 and 2. Trevor Lawrence 1, Justin Fields 2. This kid falls to 4, and you pass up on him.
And Rashad Williams, you guys know how this goes. that means I'm not wishing anything bad on anybody. That means that Matt Ryan will break his leg at the second game of the season. You know, I mean that's just typical.
They don't even have a backup quarterback, do
Yeah.
they?
No,
They
yeah.
got rid
No,
of,
they
they got rid of
don't.
all their backups.
Not
There's
yet.
nobody.
He's the only quarterback on the roster.
Right?
We got
So
a tight
far.
end. We got a tight end. Who's going to throw to him in 3 years, 4 years from now?
You got
That's the problem. That's the problem. You don't, a couple of years from now, you don't have, when you're down here, you got to get your quarterback. So I love Kyle Pitts. I think he's going to be a hell of a guy.
I agree. I do as well. You can't. I just don't see how you pass Justin Fields right there. He was projected like Rashad said. They were 1-2. They were 1-2 coming out of college football playoffs. Then all of this talk and fervor just trashed Fields, and now who knows where he's going to get picked at now. He's going to fall to somebody like Carolina or New England or a Denver.
And do well.
Yeah, right now he's gonna start falling real fast now.
Yeah, he is.
But here's the point. Tom said that he loves Kyle Pitts. You know what? I love my mother, but I don't want her playing on my NFL team. I just have
Good one.
Go by.
No, I think they should have taken Justin Fields. I think that was the pick.
Look at the Falcons war room, and they're hugging like they did something. They're high-fiving, shaking hands, and fist bumps. For what? He was that Kyle Pitts didn't fall in your lap. Justin Fields fell in your lap.
Oh,
shoot.
Kyle Pitts was going to be there.
Oh, shoot. We got our special guest. Bada boom.
Oh, hey.
Hey, man.
There we are.
So far, I'm correct.
You're going to need to send you that check.
You know what, guys? It's one of those things where the Falcons had to make this pick right here because of the fact that if you want to ingratiate yourselves to the Falcon fans, Fontenot and Smith had to take a pick like this. It wasn't about building for the future, which early on I said, hey, let's get some more picks. This was about getting these fans excited about the new regime of the Atlanta Falcons.
Terance?
I can see that.
I'm lost for words, T. I'm lost for words. I was expecting them to get Justin Fields there. Kyle Pitts, I understand it, but I just don't know how they passed on Fields.
Do you think Justin Fields would have been that objectionable a pick for Atlanta's Falcons fans?
Well, I think you wouldn't have been wrong getting Justin Fields. I think it's one of those, at the end of the day, Justin Fields probably should have went number 3. But what
I agree
what
with
happened over the last 2 weeks is just one of those things that is very unfair to a young man who's getting ready to start his career. You see what I'm saying? As a professional, where one guy can say one bad thing and question some character issues that's not even there.
Yeah.
And this guy drops from being one of the first 3 quarterbacks picked to we don't know where he's going to go now. So it's one, I said on our show that if there's a general manager, a coach, a personnel director, owner that listens to a talking head about talent and you take it as gold, you shouldn't be in the business.
No, you shouldn't. Right.
You shouldn't be in the business because at the end of the day, the 4 of us that's on this screen right now have had some character issues. Those who are talking on ESPN right now had some character issues. Yeah. If we investigated your Kuipers, your McShays, and all those other guys in their past, there's some character issues. So do we pull them off of TV? Do we dock them pay whatsoever? So they should not be allowed to talk about, to influence a draft by character issues when we're talking about football. And we're talking about young people who not yet have developed into men that they're supposed to be. So it's really unfair, not only to the Justin Fields and the other guys that they're going to talk bad about in the next 2-3 hours.
Yep.
Definitely. I never expected Trey Lance to go to the Niners. I like Lance. I just didn't think he would go before Fields. I honestly didn't see that. And for them to pick him based on his resume compared to Justin Fields is mind-boggling to me.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I agree.
No, but is the reason why this has happened is if they take Justin Fields, he has to play right now. Now, what do you do with Jimmy G? Because at the end of the day, if you draft somebody like Justin Fields, fans are not going to allow him to sit on the bench.
No, they're not.
The owner is not going to allow him to sit on the bench. Now you can get a year out of Jimmy G, go into next year's draft with some equity to get maybe another second or third round pick. So it kind of probably played out that way. And then you give a kid that's 20 years old, only played 17 snaps in college football. He has to sit behind the guy and learn and see and understand the speed of the game. So that was a smart move by the 49ers far as the pick. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm looking at Zach Wilson.
Okay.
Listen to me.
I don't know how
I played in New York for 4 years. Hey, man, that quarterback is the governor, the mayor, the senator, the president, the owner of the team, the GM, the head coach, and he has to play quarterback. And then he has to be the A-list celebrity. And he has all that on his plate,
right.
And he just got drafted.
I hear you. Yeah.
Bengals select Jamar Chase.
Oh, yeah, you knew that was going to happen.
Who they?
No, actually, I thought they were going to take one of the tackles.
The thing, it makes sense, but the NFL, as we just seen with the Kyle Pitts pick, is all about offense, baby. Yeah. It's all about offense and it's all about throwing the ball downfield, making plays whatsoever. It's about trying to outscore your opponent, not try to stop them from scoring.
But the thing, you got to make sure Joe Burrow stays healthy. And,
well, you know what? They still got a chance in the second round. There's some good offensive tackles in the second round, third round that's going to be there. So they're going to be fine, especially with them being the fifth pick in the first round. And then, what is it, the 37th pick in the second round, they're going to find a quality tackle.
Uh-oh. You're going to get like 5 targets a game. Not with Smith as coach.
Yeah, you got to understand this. They got a great. They got a very good type in first, and now they add Kyle Pitts, and then they just pick up the option of Ridley. There's been talk about trading Julio Jones, which they can get some value from him and get some more picks for him next year whatsoever. I can see the Falcons drafting a receiver maybe 3rd, 4th round that can come in and play, because you already have three guys right there with Pitts, Hurts, and Ridley, and then you got Cage also, where you can be justified to go get a receiver and he not be that dude.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe they blew it. Cannot believe they blew it, man. They blew it again.
You know what? It's all about money. It's all about money. My thing is if you're gonna ride with Matt Ryan for the next 2 years,
that's what you're going to be doing.
Why not draft a tackle to help him, an offensive lineman to help him? So now when you go to draft in the next year or two, you have an offensive line that's already solidified for the incoming quarterback to replace Matt Ryan. So
even that pick will make more sense.
Yeah, that's the thing I see there.
But tackle isn't a sexy pick, so they weren't going to make it. They weren't.
And like I said when I first came on here, if you want to ingratiate yourself with the Atlanta fans and its community, you better pick a wild, sexy pick in the first pick, and that's what they did.
Penei Sewell wasn't gonna. Yeah, Sewell wasn't gonna make it happen for Falcons fans.
Fans would they would have turned it off. They would have turned the TV off. Now they're on social media going crazy because guess what? They got the celebrity they wanted. This city is spoiled. Yep. It's spoiled.
It's 50-50.
Yeah, because the city would have loved Fields too, the hometown kid, and he's exciting, and
you know what?
They would have loved Fields.
You know what? I kind of reached out to Fields before the draft started and kind of just said to him that, hey man, you are a champion. I said, don't worry about when you get drafted. I said, it's all in God's hands, and he's going to place you where you need to be, where you're going to be successful.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, we don't know what he would have been like here in Atlanta. Now, if he falls somewhere to the Patriots, hey man, this dude, we know where he's going to be in the next 2 years. He's going to be at the Super Bowl. We know that. So he may fall to a team that's already championship caliber team. What if he falls to Tampa Bay and he sits behind Brady? He sits behind Brady for a year. Think about that, guys.
The Falcons are going to have to pay for that for forever. You know, you're talking about double homicide.
Yeah.
First of all, you pass up, and then he's going to whoop you every single year, 2 times.
Not even that.
That's terrible.
What if he falls to the Saints?
Oh no! Oh no!
Now, see, laptop. Now that is something that could be something that could be just supposed to happen. to say, well, that's karma. You didn't pick me in the 4. You got to see me twice a year for the next 12 to 14 years.
Hometown team.
I was like, Terance. I was like, Terance, you preached earlier. You said, God, vengeance is mine. That's what it's going to be. You're going to be like, look, you're going to go to the Saints.
Yeah. And you know what? And that's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy. And, hey, man, look, this draft, this is the first time in years that I've been intrigued with the draft. I probably won't watch anymore since the Falcons picked. So, only watch. I wasn't even paying attention to the first 3, really. It's so funny. My wife is sitting on the couch with me going, who do you think? And I tell her, she said, oh, you picked it right. She says, oh, and, she's all into the draft, but she don't know what she's looking at.
I told my fiance to come out, and I was like, we're about to pick. Ran downstairs, and she was like, okay. I'm like, this is big. This is big for the franchise. I need you to come look at this. Pick with me. All I'll say about this is,
you know what?
They better at least let them get 1 year with Pitts, Julio, Ridley, all those pieces. Please allow that at least 1 year before you ship off Julio. Give them one.
And I think you know what?
A very entertaining 8-win season. 8-9.
That's the thing, because you look at it, it'd be nice to have all of them together, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't think it's going to happen. And we're sitting here and the Kyle Pitts pick was a good pick, but it wasn't a franchise changing pick. Does that make sense?
Yes,
100%. Yes,
it does.
It wasn't that pick to say, "Boo, we gonna be in the next 8 years. We gonna be there. We gonna be either division champions, playing in the NFC champ." That wasn't this pick. So it's Justin Fields probably would have been that pick. You can see the future as saying, "Hey, Look, the team is getting older. We're going to put more pieces around him. He's going to grow whatsoever. He's going to have a chance to be successful in the next 2 or 3 years. We're going to be winning divisions, playing deep into the playoffs, NFC championship with a quality quarterback who has played quality football at every level and at the exceeded expectations." So,
here's my thing, Terance. You have another kid coming up in a couple of years from LSU
Yeah.
From Marietta, from Cobb
Mhm.
County, another hometown kid who's going to be like Pitt. So they're going to say he's a generational tight end. And
Right.
Eric Gilbert over there at LSU in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
my
I do
thing
talk about-
is, you're going to have another kid like this coming up in a
Right.
couple of years. You
Right.
could have got him then and got
Well-
Fields now. Have Fields watch, if you keep Julio and Matt, have Fields watch Matt and Julio on how they've run this franchise. And
Right.
just learn a few things from them, just on a business thing of
Mhm.
what it takes for you to be embraced by the city and how to run the Falcons successfully. You can watch them at the
Right.
end of their tenure in Atlanta,
Mhm.
and then transition into Fields, and then bring in Gilbert and still have that exciting tight end, generational athlete,
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
like. And he's both from Atlanta, and you
Yeah.
have you talk about the city being excited. These are Atlanta kids. I don't know, but. Maybe that's
Well-
just my bias just taking over.
I'm going to go back and say what I said about the 49ers and their pick. You pick Justin Fields, he's not sitting here on the bench behind Matt Ryan. There's no way. There's no way we are going to allow that to happen.
You're right.
There's no way. So now, you have a situation where you pick a Justin Fields if it could be a locker room that splits right away. You see what I'm saying? It could be the GM and head coach splitting right away. You see what I'm saying? I hate to say this, but this could have been a compromise between the GM and the head coach.
Yeah.
Because the GM wanted a quarterback. The head coach said, no, we can win right now with Matt Ryan. So when Pitts came available and it was a chance to get him, this could have been the compromise between the two to say, all right, at least we're happy. We're still buddies, lovey, bro hug. Let's go to work now. It's so many things that we don't know. Me personally, when I first started this thing, and I said, I said, get out of the first round. I said, go ahead and get more picks, second, third, and fourth round. Instead of having 9 picks, let's get 12, 13, 14, 15 picks and build on that. Because you could have got a good tackle in the second round, and then you could have built on that running back in the third round, or you could have got a running back in the second round if you got 2 second round picks. So, and then I said, okay, fans, if you want to pick sexy, it's either Kyle Pitts or Justin Fields. I said, and the reason you pick that is because you're gonna put butts in the seat and sell more season tickets and get the city excited. So you did what you needed to do to make your organization excited to the fans again. And I think, and I'm not saying Kyle Pitts is not going to be a great player. I'm not saying he's not going to contribute. What I'm saying is this pick was a wow, sexy pick to say, hey, look at us, love us. We gave you what you want. Believe in us, trust us right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Just to update on the draft, Waddle went to the Dolphins.
That's a great.
Reunited.
I couldn't believe that. He went over Devontae Smith.
Well,
reunited with
Nick Saban came out and said that Waddle was the best receiver he's seen that gets in and out of breaks and accelerates that he's ever had. So, and you know who he's had, and for him to say that, you knew he was going to get drafted before Devontae.
The Lions, they're happy, but I saw Mac Jones on the phone, and he was smiling. We'll see.
Oh, that would be
that would be a tragedy to the organization if they pick Jones.
Wow.
But it would be such what they did in the draft in free agency.
But it would be such a Lions thing to do.
It would be.
That's the thing. It would be so Lions to do that. Oh,
where's Christian at?
Okay.
We need Christian
took
on. Lions.
Okay.
I'm not gonna argue with them taking the road grader tackle like Sewell. So that's they
need a whole lot. They need receivers.
Yes,
they need defensive backs. They need defensive linemen. They need running back. They need
Yeah,
a
they
lot.
do.
They need
There's
a
a
lot.
lot of building to do there.
Yeah, they need a lot.
Sewell.
He got traded.
No, they Lions drafted Sewell from Oregon.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now we'll see.
Man, Fields, this is unreal. We got Carolina, Denver. I feel like he'll go to one of them.
Panthers are interesting too, because you never know if the Panthers are going to trade out.
I don't think it'll be Carolina. Even though Carolina
Darnold.
traded Teddy Bridgewater. They just traded Teddy Bridgewater.
Yes, they did.
For them to go get Sam Darnold, I don't see them drafting another young quarterback.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
9.
So he could fall to Denver, he can fall to Chicago, he can go to Washington, he can go to the Patriots. So there's some that we've already talked about, the Saints. Yeah. There's 5 teams right there that are playoff caliber teams, except for Denver. But the other 4 is already there.
Yeah. Now, Chicago fans, I'll tell you by my Twitter feed, Chicago fans are going nuts because they think Fields is definitely coming to Chicago now.
No,
whatever the Bears have to do to get him, they want him here.
That would be a great fit for him because let me tell you why it's a great fit. He has a great defense behind him. He has really good wide receivers. He has a good offensive line, and he's going with a chip on his shoulder. So he's going to the Midwest to Soldier Field, man. What kind? That's the best kind of quarterback Chicago wants. They want
that works for me, right?
I bet it does.
Quarterback. That's what they need right there. And I'm guarantee you, if he goes to Chicago, they're gonna put him on their shoulders, and they're gonna ride him out. They're gonna support him and do everything that they can to make sure he's successful.
Yeah. You guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes,
we can hear you.
I've been having audio problems. Terance, I've been dying to ask you this question. Now, Bob Whitfield told you guys that they should take Sewell. So now, if they would have taken Sewell, what do you think? Do you think that would have been a good pick? And how do you think the fans would have reacted to that?
Well, I think if they'd have picked Sewell, that would have told us where this franchise was headed. It would have told us that, okay, we're trying to win right now and in the future, because we have to protect Matt for the next couple of years. But now we're building a nucleus of good offensive linemen to great offensive linemen for the next guy to come in. Now, the fans wouldn't have liked it because it's not a sexy pick where you can get on social media and say, we got this guy, we got that guy. Look, Sewell ain't selling jerseys. He's not selling jerseys in Atlanta.
No, he's
Kyle
not.
Pitts jerseys must sell out.
Kyle Pitts has already become the best. He's going to be the best-selling jersey at the end of the week.
Yeah,
in Atlanta.
Doesn't Pitts in a way? He kind of does the same thing in a way that signals to the fan base that we're trying to win now, as opposed to in the future, right? I mean, isn't that kind of it's a sexier way of saying the same thing.
Yeah, it is. And while you were going, what I said was this pick was not a franchise saving pick. It wasn't one of those picks that says, okay, this franchise is going to be solidified for the next 5 to 10 years. It wasn't that pick. It was a pick to add to what I said was it was a pick to say, okay, it's a bad way to say this. Do you like me now? Do you like me now? Do you trust us now? It was that, to me, that's what it felt like. Because I love Kyle Pitts as a player. I'm not saying he's going to be a dude for the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm glad we picked him. I am happy we picked him. But then I look at it and I got to sit down and say, was this a popular pick to say to the fans, the new direction we're going in with ownership, not with ownership, but with management and the head coach, for you to like us, I'm gonna pick somebody that you like.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh, we did the right thing. Finally, we did the right thing in the draft. I love you, No, I love you, Smith. We're gonna support you and we're gonna be there for you. You pick Sewell, you know they're gonna say, "Oh Lord, this is just like that other group."
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I've always been of the opinion that you build from the inside out. So to me, Sewell would have been a solid pick for them,
Right?
Because you got to build your lines and then go out from there.
Well, and I said, and like I said before, this could have been a compromise pick. You know, the Fontenot wanted a quarterback. Smith said no. We can win with Matt Ryan, so let's pick the best available besides a quarterback. And there it was, Kyle Pitts.
I think you can still win with Ryan.
All I gotta say is this.
Matt Ryan's tweet. Let's go to work. He's excited.
All right. Yeah.
Speaking of text, I should say, my unofficial poll, just from the people I know, it's like 21-0 in favor of they should have gotten Justin Fields. Not one person in my world likes this pick of Kyle Pitts. Because the Pitts.
Hey Chris, how are the comments coming in on the site, on the broadcast?
Yeah, no, the comments died down. Last thing I got, was from Andy. He said Matt Ryan breathes a sigh of relief. But that was almost 10 minutes ago. So people are real quiet, but we got a lot of watchers watching right now. So give us your thoughts. Put it in. Come on, y'all. We're here. We want to see how you feel. How you feeling and what you got to say.
Yeah.
Panthers draft Horn from South Carolina, cornerback.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Yep.
That's a really solid pick.
Are you surprised he's going before Patrick Surtain?
Yes, I am.
I am. Yeah. You know what it is? I think that Horn is a bigger, more physical defensive back than Surtain. I think Surtain is a really, he's a really good cover guy. But I think you need that guy that can tackle on the initial hit and not drag people down or need help. And I think this is the guy that closes the cushions and make plays, not only on the ball, but make tackles. So I always liked him because I thought he was a big physical corner that was going to help a team and make a lot of tackles.
So he's not going to be afraid of Pitts on the football field.
No.
He's going to go right after him.
No, he's not going to get paid just to cover guys.
Atlanta Falcons, did you see that? The team, Carolina Panthers, drafted a guy from South Carolina. Let a guy go from Georgia.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm happy about the Kyle Pitts, but I'm one of those Justin Fields guys. So I was swinging in the air for a good 30 seconds, man.
For a reason we discussed on my show why I wanted Justin Fields is because of how he was treated over the last couple of weeks pre-draft. Because I think that for him to be talked about with character issues when there's other guys in this draft with character issues, even at his position, and it never comes out and never has been said, it is wrong for those who analyze and critique young people that has probably done something when they were still a teenager whatsoever, and it ruins their chances of getting drafted very high and making a whole lot of money. And we shouldn't do that to these are kids. These are kids. Then they won't become professional and become men until they get in that locker room. That's when they grow up. But right now they're still trying to find their way to see who they are. And for us to talk bad about those kids like that and not give them a chance, our job is to get you to the NFL. Your job is to do your homework to make sure he stays or this who you want. And it should be nothing else. It should be nothing else. It should never come up that he's from a divorced family or he's been adopted or all that has nothing to do with
anything. Right.
Anything. We should be uplifting these guys and be happy for these guys because we don't get paid by the organization if we say this guy is look. It's your job. We're going to tell you what he does on the football field and how good he is in the locker room and with his teammates. And it's your job to do the other stuff. It's not our job to go dig into the past and dig into records and bring out stuff on a kid. That's not our job. That's not our place to judge. It's not our place to judge as when we talk about this stuff. So I just it's a black eye on that type of reporting. I don't like
it. Is
you know what? Not good job, Tom. But the producer just gave us a 7-minute warning. So this is what I want to do. I want all of us to give our final thoughts. We're going to end with the other Terance. He'll give us a closing thoughts and on that number 4 pick. And I'll start it off. Brutal. I mean, I just think that this is going to come back to bite him in the butt in the long run. I mean, it's just you can't pass on a possible future franchise quarterback because quarterbacks win you Super Bowls. I mean, tight ends, not so much, right? But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. What say you, Dave?
I like the pick. I do. I understand what you're saying. Long term, there's a lot of risk not taking Justin Fields, but Kyle Pitts was the best player available, and they got the best player at where they picked. Terance, Mathis, you were talking about trying to trade back. I think in a perfect world, that's what they would have done. But maybe we don't know if maybe there just wasn't that trade partner to do that. And if they had to stay at 4, I like taking the best player available.
Tom, what say you?
Well, I say that for Arthur Smith, this is going to be a great pick. He knows what to do with tight ends on his team. He did a great job with tight end, using his weapons in Tennessee. But you don't get down here very often. And you don't want to be down here very often where you're in 3 or 4 or 5. And if you're there and you have a quarterback, and granted, Matt Ryan, you might get a couple more years out of him, but he's nearing the end of his career. You've got to get that next guy in line. You've got to get the heir apparent. So I think the Falcons got a good player. He's going to work great for the team, but I think they missed on the quarterback.
Well, before we get to William, we got to hear from Demi.
We got to hear from
Demi split. He split. He wasn't happy with the pick.
Demi couldn't stay too long. I was going to say Gerald Wheeler said he's happy. He said with JJ's ability to stay on the field, Smith needs this option in the offense when JJ's out. When JJ, Pitts, and Calvin are on the field at the same time, the RB is singled up.
Hey, well, you know what? It looks like I'm standing alone unless Williams comes with me.
Well, Terance, I'm coming with you. I wanted Justin Fields. I'm going to support the franchise and hope that it goes in the right direction with Kyle Pitts. But I agree that they needed to plan for the future long term, not long term in the aspect of a tight end, but maybe a quarterback. And maybe crazier things will happen. Maybe he continues to fall and the Falcons trade back into the first round and somehow pick him. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah, crazier things have happened. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm just a lowly sports journalist like the rest of you guys. We got somebody here that really knows, and we're just talking off the top of our head. Let's go to the expert on these type of things, a guy who has actually been there. Terance, what say you? And I like that name, by the way.
You know what? I like the pick because they picked this is what the Falcons did. They picked the best available player besides a quarterback. So,
yes,
but the quarterback was sitting there. Now, if you pick Justin Fields, he has to play in the next year. He won't sit on the bench for 2 years. So I know that played a part in their minds. Again, this is a generational talent that puts you in a place where you need to be in the next 3 to 5 years. You're not guaranteed that there's going to be another talent like this at that position in the next 3 to 5 years when Matt Ryan contract is up. So when you do go draft a quarterback after Matt Ryan, you're starting all over again.
Yes.
But if you had a guy there already and your older players are leaving, you starting to put people around him for him to be successful. So now I'm afraid, this is what I'm afraid of. We're going to be right back here in 3 years going, we need a quarterback. And it's going to be dire. It's going to be one of those things that we may have to give up a whole lot to get that guy when we could have solidified the future and start building from there. And you're going to get, if you're talking about trading Julio Jones and in June, you're going to get some picks in the next year's draft that's going to help you build around the young talent at quarterback.
Yes.
And so, you know, I guess I'm just a poor man's GM over here because I'm trying to think logical about long-term longevity for this franchise, and for us not to be sitting here 3 years from now talking about is the GM job in jeopardy? Is the head coach job in jeopardy? Where do we find the quarterback? We had a chance to at least quiet the critics for the next 5 years with a drafting of a Justin Fields. And now here's a guy who was going to be comfortable. I'll leave you with this. He would have been comfortable here in Atlanta because he didn't have to adjust to the environment, because he grew up in the environment. So there's no stress, there's no pressure, because he already knows the expectations of him and the expectations from the media and the fans, because this is where he grew up.
We'll let
I'm
Terance
the only one that really
have the
likes the
word.
pick.
We'll let Terance have the final word right there. And it is a good one, as always. And hey, let's do this again next year at the same time, same place. Well, it may not be the same time, but the same time.
Hopefully, we'll be in person next year, Terance.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Well, thanks
Amen.
everybody. Appreciate it.
Good night, guys.
Thank
Have a
you. It
good
was
one.
great to be here.
Peace.
Terance Mathis is great to be on with you. So I loved it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.